everyone, I am back today with another puzzle video, and today we're going to be reviewing Crossing Island by Hahowa. I assume that's pronounced, maybe Hahowa. I've never heard of this company before, so I looked it up. They are a Chinese company. Looks like they were established in 2021, and their work is typically characterized by like cute designs by different artists. So this is the design for Crossing Island. The design reminds me kind of like an indie cozy video game. Looks kind of sort of thing. You'll kind of go fishing and meet the townspeople. You can see there's lots of different cats, and it says in the bottom, "Who is the visitor of Cat Island?" So I guess we'll find out when we build it. But yeah, there's lots of different cute things going on. You can see on the back as well, you've got the design there. So let's get this open. There you go. So inside we've got this sheet, which is presumably the full picture, seeing as the box is square. So here is the full picture, and it actually has the lines for the puzzle as well, so you can see the shape of each piece you're looking for, which is useful, but I kind of view a bit as cheating, so I'm going to try and not use the puzzle lines and just look at the image itself. And then with the pieces, I bought them from a seller online, and she's put them very kindly in a bag. I'm not sure if it came in this bag or she put them there. We'll have to see, but let's tip the pieces out. Just noticed at the bottom of the bag there's this little like business card with the full image as well. This is going to be incredibly useful actually, just have like directly next to me and just glance down at. So I'm very grateful for this one. And it says on the back, it's got like a little puzzle reference, so I guess it's a QR code, you can get it on your phone as well maybe. Very cool idea. But yes, let's tip the pieces out. Here we go. Pieces going everywhere. It's actually a really tight squeeze now they're out of the bag. Like, look at that, they're basically overflowing. I'm gonna have to really like adjust them in there. One thing I have noticed is that the back of the pieces has the Hahowa logo on it, kind of like interspersed, which is actually gonna make it quite easy. So if I'm stuck on like one section, it's like a whole block of the same color, I can kind of just like flip them upside down and see where they connect upside down if I know they're going to be in the same section. So that's going to be kind of an interesting way to do it actually, I'm intrigued. But yeah, these are the pieces, and now what I'm going to do, see, I have been speed puzzling with a lot of my other puzzles, but I've been starting to feel like aches in my back, so I think I need to kind of ease into this whole puzzling thing. So for this one, I'm actually going to take it a little bit slower and just take it at a nice, leisurely, relaxed pace. So I am going to be timing myself out of curiosity, but I'm not going to be speed running it the same way I was with the other puzzles. So what I'll do now is I'll get to building, I'll tip it out, I'll find all the edge pieces, and I'll save the flipping for afterwards because I don't really have the space to have 1,000 pieces on the table. So I'll sort the edges out, then I'll sort of do it section by section, flipping and working out which pieces are which. But yeah, like I said, no rush with this one, and I'll try to update you along the way. See you in a bit. So I am 2 hours in, and this is my progress so far. So I've got the edge, apart from this one edge piece that I must have missed, and then a few pops of colour every now and then. So I've got this water slide, this little pool, the sign up there, the octopus and a bit of the boat underneath it, and I'm working on the tracks. Down here I've got some pieces laid out and the rest are just in their box up there. I haven't really got the space to put all the pieces out, unfortunately, which is definitely slowing me down. Plus I'm not actually trying to speed puzzle this one, I'm just doing it leisurely, so I'm fumbling around in the box, pulling pieces out that look like they might fit in the sections, and then I'm sort of slowly building other sections as well. And yeah, it's going all right. I've certainly got a lot of thoughts about this puzzle, including negative ones, but I'll share that at the end. I've got my little poster up there so I can see what I'm doing as I build. But yeah, I'll give you another update at some point, and then I'll give you my full thoughts at the end. So I'm now 4 hours in, and I've made a lot of progress. I've finally been able to move all of the pieces out of the box, which is now empty. And they're all here, so this last bit should be a lot easier because finding them and picking them out was the hardest part. Now the interesting thing is that this is 4 hours progress, and I'm pretty sure I should be able to finish in about an hour or so, which is interesting because I wasn't really trying to do this one for speed, and the one that I was trying to do for speed I ended up taking just over 5 hours, so it's probably going to be about the same amount of time, even though this one I was trying to go at a more relaxed, leisurely pace. But yeah, so this is the 4 hour progress, and I've propped up the little poster so I can see it better, since the box itself doesn't have much of the picture. So I've put the box behind it and then propped the poster up, which is making it a lot easier to find where the pieces go. But yeah, I'll update you when it's finished. So I am finally done with this puzzle. It took me over an hour to finish that last little bit of like the sea and the trees and stuff. It should not have taken that long. The issue was just the pieces did not want to go together. It was so hard finding the right piece with all the false fits and the non-fits, which I'll talk about a bit more at the end. But oh my gosh, this, honestly, I just feel relief rather than joy at having finished this. It was so tiring. The pieces were quite hard to like lift up sections of it at a time. Like now it's finished as a full puzzle, it's not too bad. But when I was like moving sections during it, they didn't want to come particularly well, which was a bit of a problem. But it's not as bad as some other puzzles I've had with similar issues. One problem that I did notice is that you can sort of see on the poster it has outlines of puzzle pieces, and I naively assumed that those would be the puzzle pieces, but no, it's just a random puzzle piece overlay that doesn't actually correspond to the pieces. So I have no idea why they did that. It just made it very distracting when I was looking at the puzzle. I was seeing a piece shape that wasn't the piece shape I was looking for. Like I would much prefer them just have no puzzle overlay. If you're going to have an overlay, make it be the correct pieces. But yeah, it wasn't ideal. Okay, so I don't have the puzzle box here with me for this outro because honestly, I gave it away to a charity shop as soon as I was done with it. I was like, I want this out of my house. I want this gone. I did not enjoy this puzzle at all. Like, there were some parts I kind of liked, like when I was building the parts in the middle, like with the town and stuff. That was kind of fun. But honestly, this puzzle frustrated me so hard, and I would never, ever, ever consider using this brand ever again. Like, the issues weren't so obvious at the start, but the more I got into it, the more issues there were. So there were a lot, and I mean a lot of false fits. A lot of the pieces would just fit in with pretty much anything else. But the thing that was way, way worse than the false fits were the, whatever the opposite of a false fit was, where it was the correct piece, but it felt like it wasn't, like it was too wiggly or it was too tight and didn't want to go in, but it was the correct piece. Like the join quality just wasn't there at all. I would take a piece that I knew fit in that place because you could tell from the continuation of the picture, and it did not want to go. You have to like force it, or you put it in. There'd be so much wiggle room that had it been like a blank, like nothing on the picture at all, I would not have thought that piece went there. And there's so much empty space in this puzzle. You can't really tell from the box because obviously the box is a more compact view of it. But like so many of the pieces have next to nothing on, or they'll have something on. But the issue with this puzzle is it reuses the assets. Like pretty much all the cats are the same cat, and a lot of the building like sort of sides are the same building size. So it just reuses over and over again. Even the trees, every single tree is like the same tree, but some different sizes, and they only have like 3 or 4 different sizes total, and you saw how many trees were on that, so it was hard to tell which tree was which. Like, it was just such lazy puzzle design. So I'm pretty sure that what they did is use some kind of game engine, import assets, sort of like the really cheap ones you can get for free on the Unity store, because I kind of do a bit of game development like in my free time. Haven't done it for a while, but I like, basically, it looks like a poorly made indie game screenshot. And when I looked at the original image on the box, I thought, oh, this is going to be fun. But actually, the more I looked at it, I was like, oh, no, this is really lazy. This is very empty. And it felt so flat while building it. It felt completely charmless, completely lifeless. Yeah, I did not enjoy this puzzle. I thought it was going to be cute because I like cats and I kind of like that indie game style. But in actuality, when I actually saw how much they were reusing the assets, when I saw how flat and lifeless it was, and when I felt how poor the join quality was, I hated it. And that last part took me way too long because it was just like, just blue sea and just green grass, and there's nothing to tell where it goes, and all the pieces either fit everywhere or don't fit where they're supposed to go. And yeah, it was not a good experience. In the end, the puzzle took me 6 hours and 5 minutes, and that's 6 hours and 5 minutes of my life that I will never get back. But I guess at least it was an experience. At least I now have a better idea of what I don't like in a puzzle, and I think I have this sort of like feeling inside me that if I start something, I have to finish it, especially if I bought it. But I think in future, if I can tell early on that I'm not going to enjoy a puzzle, and believe me, I could tell very early on with this one that I was not going to enjoy it, I think I've got to allow myself to just say, no, you know what, I'm not going to do this. I'm going to take it apart, put it back in a box, and give it to someone else who maybe has... Because that's the thing, different people enjoy different things. So I'm sure there's someone out there, some crazy person that would enjoy that puzzle. But honestly, definitely not for me. I certainly wouldn't recommend it. I don't think it was fun. I don't think it was satisfying. I think it was just very frustrating and unenjoyable and lazy. So I will definitely not be going for that brand in the future. And honestly, I would recommend you not going for that brand either, because that was not good. I hope you, even though this was kind of like a negative ending, I hope you did still enjoy the video. Please do give it a like. Drop a comment down below to say whether you would have been fooled into thinking this was going to be a good puzzle if you've seen it in a shop. And please subscribe to the channel for more fun videos in the future. Bye bye.